far away. It was a mass area weapon that would kill a whole division in literally a few seconds. And I'm proud to present the first photograph ever of a German beam weapon. These are massive steel parabolic antennas. It was so simple. They would pump methane gas and oxygen in front of the antenna and suddenly ignite it. And the explosion would create a powerful shock wave that propagates forward. And they would continue this process. It would be working cyclically. And the net result would be a massive death rate among the invading forces. And this is a book on the history of the CIA. It is hard to imagine the CIA faking the Germans inventing the first beam weapon on the planet, at least in our civilization. A puzzled American engineer contemplates the contraption that he has just found. These are quite large diameter. I mean, this is a smaller one. This is a much bigger diameter. So, Neuschwabenland, right here south of South Africa, this is where the Germans are. About the hollow earth theory, I'm quite skeptical, but I have to admit I quickly did a database search of my memory, and I realized that I could not remember a photograph from space of the polar regions. Not a single photograph. Actually, this is the only one that I found. Even funnily enough, in a 1-inch thick volume that was published recently, basically the New World Order contribution by the Russian and American and other space establishment, cosmonauts and astronauts from all over the world discussing how beautiful the Earth looks from space and how it is one planet, and how after the second, the fifth, or the 10th turn around it, one realizes that it's our planet, a global planet. It's a globalistic book. Exactly the type of book that the New World Order desperately needs. The only photograph that was cut, the corner was missing, was this photograph. And the only place that it was cut through the South Pole. Usually editors cut the photographs if they have to put some other thing. However, this corner was left empty. There was absolutely no reason for them to cut the photograph. And it was out of style because all the other photographs were rectangular. This was quite an expensive glossy volume. Why the hell would you put a photograph with one corner missing? And they have cut it right through the South Pole. Very suspicious for me. If anybody can find a photograph of the South Pole, I'll be very glad to have a copy of that. I couldn't find anything there. It could have been airbrushed. There could be nothing. But still, the fact that the pole is missing from our databases is quite suspicious. A friend of mine told me that his friend in Germany tape recorded from the television a weather report where the northern hemisphere and the northern pole were visible in infrared light, but nobody it was a German satellite, not an American satellite. That's why it probably leaked through the censorship. The satellite guys didn't catch anything. The TV station guys didn't catch anything, and the weather reporter didn't catch anything. While they were talking about snow and blizzards over Germany, the people realized that the North Pole had a kind of a circular something there that should not be there, a hole or something. So I'm trying to get the copy of that film from Germany. Suddenly at midnight, maybe a designer leak similar to the shuttle footage tape of the UFOs battling it out in our atmosphere with beam weapons. A little bit about conspiracy theories. Coming from Eastern Europe, I consider myself a super conspiratologist. I believe in the multi-layered, hierarchical, multi-tiered, pyramidal structure, conspiratorial power centers on this planet and way beyond the planet. We are just a small bolt, a small cog in the bigger machine. But we will talk about the bigger conspiracies in a minute. Let's talk about the smaller level conspiracies. The Paperclip Conspiracy, The Secret Agenda, and several other books, Wall Street and the Rise of Hitler, definitely paint a much more different picture than our media has told us. Wall Street turns out to be the biggest financial factor, the biggest financier of the rise of the Third Reich. Why would the American Illuminati want the German Third Reich to succeed? Why? All these books depict how thousands of Nazis were smuggled in the United States with fake IDs, with changed autobiographies, given fake names, because by law one cannot bring into the country and give immigration visa and especially work status to a person who was a member of a totalitarian party, be it a Nazi or a communist party. They were all brought with false identity, and they start working on crash projects. Engineers, scientists, SS specialists, the CIA here and the KGB over there were trained by SS specialists and Gestapo specialists. The propaganda spin controllers here and in Russia were trained by how should I say, their tutors and spiritual teachers from the Goebbelsian Ministry of Propaganda, from the Goebbelsian Ministry of Love, to use the Orwellian doublespeak. So, can we raise it back? Just raise the whole thing a little bit. In this article from Denver Post, we see that after the war, a lot of German engineers escaped in Spain and started building electromagnetic rockets, which is a code word for electromagnetically driven flying saucers for Franco, and spies from the whole world were trying to catch up with them. The best enemy money could buy. How Wall Street paid for the rise of the Bolshevik Revolution. They created the whole heavy industry in Russia. Armand Hammer and the like funneled money through Trotsky, who was the ex-Wall Street broker and the bagman for the Bolshevik Revolution. He was married to a daughter of the German banking family, the Schiff family.
Yeah, I've been instructed that we're going to take a break about now. Is that correct? 3:30? So,
How is the tape going on?
Oh, it's fine. We're one. This is another hour. That's the verdict.
Yeah.
You asked me
We've got
to break.
another hour.
Break.
We'll have another hour.
Break.
Okay. Well, I was just asked to stop you.
Are we doing a
It's
break?
early.
It's either way is fine with me.
Well, we can go another hour or do a break. What does everybody want to do? I'm not the decision maker in this process.
Is everybody all right? Let's keep on going.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go for another hour.
Excellent. But let's open for a while. This would be our air break.
Okay.
We would open the hatch.
Thank you. Sorry to stop it, but.
With the windows open.
Good said. So, the best enemy money could buy. Standard Oil of somewhere built all the Volga oil platforms that Hitler was after in his Battle of Stalingrad. Ford Motor Company built the armor truck factory in Moscow, which became the backbone of the Russian automotive industry. General Electric built the dynamo factory for heavy electrical machinery, which became the backbone of the Russian electrotechnical industry. International Harvester built the Kirov tractor plant, which became the backbone of the Russian tractor industry and the tank industry. During the war, they were churning out T-34s on the assembly line built by the Americans. And on and on and on. We can go forever. 14 out of the 15 munition plants at the start of the Second World War in Russia were built, guess by who? Guess, just guess. By the Germans. German money, expertise, know-how, machinery, engineers, training. These were turnkey projects. All the Russians had to do was turn on the keys. They probably even had